welcome to another episode of the Weed and Wrestling Podcast. Doo doo doo. Cha 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 cha.
Yeah, cool. All right. So, welcome back, everyone. Today we're going over Smackdown, May 30th, 2025, from Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, yeah.
We sure are.
And we started off with Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade, and it was actually a great match. They were arguing back and forth. Wait, this wasn't a match, was it? They were just arguing and became a match.
I had the promos, and basically only note I took is started fine, then Naomi came in.
And then there was Nia Jax and a whole bunch of other people that actually came in for the Money in the Bank qualifying match. So yeah, they're going back and forth, and it's Bianca Belair, Naomi, Jade, regular normal banter between them. I feel like there's nothing I can say that everyone hasn't heard before. So the first match, Jade Cargill, Naomi, Nia Jax, was the Money in the Bank qualifying match. What did you think of that? I actually was impressed by it.
There's cool wraparound arm drag. Naomi landing those shitty punches again. Can't land one kick or one move.
Who keeps telling her to do that? Like, why is that even okay?
I wouldn't make note of it, except it's just out there. Like, I think Naomi is looking shitty to make Jade look that much better.
I don't know what's going on, but it's bothering me that no one's saying stop that. Like,
there was a stupid double leg drop followed up by a sloppy hard mid rope leg drop. Finally doing double team work 10 minutes into the match. Then there's a good spine buster, super Samoan drop, and then a frog splash. That was pretty cool. Superplex powerbomb, Annihilator,
awesome.
Shitty roll up. Naomi wins.
I mean, Jax was throwing Cargill across the ring. That was pretty awesome to see.
Yeah.
Jax had the sidewalk slam. That was pretty, awesome. Powerbomb. Naomi wins. Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know.
I feel like it went on too long. Like, I think, especially with the, finally doing double team work 10 minutes into the match. Because, like, they did a whole lot of splitting off to where just one person would be out of the ring for, like, 3-4 minutes. And then they come in, and there'd be one shitty double hit. And then then one of those people would go outside of the ring for, like, 3-4 minutes. And which that's been a lot of these matches lately, but this one was very noticeable in it because I think I remember seeing Naomi kind of like leaned up on the fucking apron like this at one point.
Like my turn now. I mean, like, the biggest part of this was the promo aspect lasted way too long. If they cut that down, I think I've been a lot more excited for the actual match. By the time the match got around, I was just like, can you please just get through this?
Yeah, the total amount of time and everything, I know it took up like almost the first half hour. Just that promo and that match.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous, and it was unnecessary. And timing and pacing means a lot to me. And I was like, this throws everything off. Everything is off now. Like, I was like, the rest of the show is going to be horrendous for me. And it was. So.
I gave the match a 3.
I gave it 3.5.
Yep.
Nia Jax is really coming into, like, her character, and she's getting really fit. So I tried to bump it up because I like that about her, but.
Yeah. She's still, however, whatever training she needs to do jumping training. She needs to do a lot more leg work because she uses her legs a lot and she gets sloppy with it a lot.
Yeah.
Then
It's a lot better than it has been. So
true. Um, yeah. Then we get new Bloodline R-Truth's promo. That to where the only line I wrote down, "I've never seen you a day in my life. Is this your son?"
what does that mean? What the fuck he says? I can't. It's
I loved it. I gave it a 7.
I ignored it. I was just like, I don't even want to. Yeah, no, nope.
Anytime R-Truth is just laying down those bombs, man.
And that's exactly why I didn't give it a score because he's in it.
Yeah. Get a little bullshit thing of Chelsea Green gets Alba Fire a match against Lena. Then there's Money in the Bank threats. Then we get R-Truth versus JC Mateo. Really great aggressive start from Mateo. That standing moonsault he does is just so good.
It's really epic.
Get the 5-knuckle shuckle. And a tour of violence finish. And Jimmy comes out with the chair. Gets hit, and Solo is mad. But all around, I think it was a match and segment that did what it just needed to do. I gave it a 5.
See, I think it did what it needed to do, but I couldn't figure out what exactly it needed to do. I gave it a 3.
I think it was further more Solo trying to get Jimmy back in, trying to also putting over JC Mateo.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep. Then we get one of these fucking stupid big tag team promos. I did make note that the Street Profits looked so good. They were dressed up so good.
They were.
Fraxium really needs new music and entrance, I feel. Just something. Their music still sounds like they're on NXT.
It really does, and it doesn't fit them at all, or any aura that they're trying to make for themselves in WWE. So I'm just like, boo boo. Let's update this. Let's fix it up. Come on. With a big.
And then I have. Speaking of bad entrances, it's Motor City Machine Guns. And
yep.
And then Tommaso Ciampa comes out looking ripped as fuck, by the way.
Yeah, I did not expect that. I was not upset either.
Yeah, looking ripped. And they don't need to pose. The Wyatt Six come in, and I make note that they don't need to pose every single time. Like it takes away from the gimmick.
What are they doing with them? What are they actually doing? I'm still confused. Like every time I see them, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good, and it's not good. It's absolutely not. Every time I see them, so what the fuck are they doing? Yeah, because it really enrages me at this point. Why are you even out here?
They're supposed to be aggressive, twisted fucks, and they come out, they interfere a little bit, or attack somebody a little bit, and then they do their goddamn pose.
Why? Yeah, exactly. Why are you even out here? This makes no sense. The gimmick is trash now. Just let it go at this point. You know, you should let go when you're at the fucking Wendy's, but after that, you at least make it better. But no, here we are. Them doing absolutely nothing constantly. It just really irritates me now. Let it go. It's like it's starting to irritate me worse than Judgment Day at this point because they're useless. They don't do anything.
They're making them useless. They're only making them this like ominous threat of nothing.
Of absolute nothing. Absolute nothing. Yeah. My daughter's more threatening when she wakes up in the fucking morning, and she's 13. I hate it. Like,
and it really sucks too because they have good wrestlers.
They have really good wrestlers, and they come off a really great storyline.
Yeah, like the fact Nikki Cross has not been used at all. Like
At all. But we see
she's a former
Judgment Day.
WWE champion.
But Judgment Day is on the fucking screen constantly. I can't get it. I don't get it. They don't utilize people they should, and it's infuriating.
Yeah. Obviously, I gave it a 0 just because it was so unnecessary. It progressed nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And it's one of many that we'll end up going through on SmackDowns of the same thing every week, of just throwing every fucking tag team on that division in with each other, instead of like making any individualized storylines.
It makes no sense. And they're not even making storylines for the tag teams. It's just nonsense. Why nonsense constantly? Why? It's just, oh my God.
Yeah. And it's crazy too, because we get all these fucking guys come out there and do this big shit. Yet next up, we get Legado del Fantasma, who puts on a fucking clinic. In this one, it's Legado del Fantasma versus Ray Phoenix and Javon Evans, and holy fuck, Ray Phoenix right now, because he's been paired up with like now Javon Evans and Jimmy. Uh oh. Did she drop out? Oh no. Keeping it going. Yeah, Black.
They kicked me out. But anyway, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Is on fire right now.
Yeah. And he is kind of proven like same thing as his brother, because when they were over in AEW, they were more known as a tag team. Than their individual strides. But Ray's been showing up on the singles end, and he's showing up big time on the tag team end. Like every time he has spots that work with the other person, utilize the other person, in it, and he's so good. Great start from Phoenix. Get this pop-up roll-up from Javon. A beautiful crossbody from Berto. And then Legado del Fantasma just starts doing just great double team work. And then you get some great double team work also from Ray Phoenix and Javon. And then a really cool assisted blockbuster. Great pull away from tag to hot tag that was done. And then the double spring moonsault, that was great looking. Get a springboard clothesline across the ring. Swear to God, it went halfway across that ring.
He definitely did. Definitely.
And this is awesome. Chance starts. I definitely agree. There was a knelt down chop off, which that was so good. It throws, because we've been getting a lot of punch offs and a lot of chop offs and stuff going on lately, and you know, and it pretty much seems, unless you're like Gunther or Jimmy Uso, you're not doing the chop offs quite right. But these two like did it great and dramatic, like. Then get
very well together. Yep.
Yeah, we get a tightrope stomp, and then an incredible swanton to the outside, and then we get the red dot move from Javon, and then FTY finish. Joe Tessitore says Evans looked great. I really agree with him on that one.
Was it
I
the
gave this
MTY?
match. What's that? I think the finish is called the FTY.
Was it the MTY for the finish?
Yeah.
I thought it was MTY.
I thought it was FTY.
Whatever, it's TY something. It's a great finish. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's
really good. And I agree with Joe Tessitore on something. But I gave the match an 8.
Yeah, I gave it 9 actually. They're like seamless. They go, and you're right. Phoenix works very seamlessly with others. He has great synergy. He compliments no matter who he's actually working with. He compliments the other wrestler. It seems like he's a good communicator. All that makes for a great show. So I'm very happy with what I see.
Yeah. Big props to everybody in that, and it's crazy because Legado del Fantasma, they're not wrapped up into the whole tag team championship thing, and they're really good. They're really good in the ring. I don't necessarily care for their leaders' promos. I don't care for him as a character.
The promos are horrible, but
yeah, I don't care for him as a character at all. But you cannot deny their in-ring work. Their in-ring work is so good, and I hope that that Berto and I forget the other dude's name, that they can stem off from that and get shit rolling. Next up, we got Alba Fire versus Zelina Vega. There was a good heel start from Alba.
But wait, did we have an Uncle Howdy?
What's that?
Did we have an Uncle Howdy vignette before that?
Oh, if there was, yeah, probably. I probably just didn't make any notes of it because those vignettes just like they say nothing and accomplish nothing.
Well, he said they won't stop until you get what they're owed. I wrote that down. That's one reason I wouldn't have wrote down because he's actually said something significant. So
that's good.
And onto the fourth match.
Yeah. There's a good heel start to the match. But then there was like these stupid repeated corner punches. Then we get a pendulum ball hammer move. I said thanks, Wade.
Yep.
And then the pace gets rather slow after that. Get a decent swanton from Alba, and then a sloppy code red finish. I gave this match a 3. These are two wrestlers that whoever produced this match, because I've seen better from both of these two.
That's how I felt. I've seen better. I think they could have done way better, and like it has to stop. It has to stop. Like the shit random matches. Like these are actually really great competitors and wrestlers, and they have a lot of skill, and they just have to stop.
And yet another non-title match.
Exactly. Like they're just doing anything.
It's like if you guys wanted Zelina to fucking work, and you'd think they would have just learned from Lyra Valkyria.
You think, but you think a lot of things that would be like apparent to everyone except creative. And
yeah, we have this really hot star over here. That's it. Not I cannot remember one time since Lyra's gotten that championship that she didn't defend it, and she damn near defended it every week.
It's just ridiculous.
For like good 4 months. And Zelina, I think she's defended it like once. But she wrestles every week.
Yeah, she does. But I'm like, why is she not defending this title? Like, why is it so sacred? They keep it so sacred. It behooves me. What behooves me is the fact that they don't make her actually defend the title. But whatever.
Yeah. I gave it a 3. Um, uh, then we get a little Carmelo Hayes and the Miz promo. Um, I made note Miz needs to let Carmelo do his thing because that's what Carmelo said, and in all honesty, yeah, Carmelo really does need to do his thing and be left alone by the Miz.
I think the
Because
Miz needs to leave the locker room alone in general.
yeah,
Give him an announcer job at this point. Please do something else with him. I can't.
I wouldn't be able to stand him as an announcer.
I think he'd be good as an announcer.
If
Some sort of
if he
commentary.
if he didn't have the character going on, he'd probably be great. Um, but it would take a while to phase out that, and he's still in good health. He's a long time guy there, but if when his contract comes up, which it's supposed to, if they fucking renew his after this whole debacle with everybody else here, I'd be very surprised. Or if they don't put him into another role because he's beat as fuck as a wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we get a little Julia vignette. Gave it a 5. Damian Priest cut a quick promo there. He calls out Jacob Fatu, who Jacob pops up, and just kind of gives him a stare off and stuff. Gave it a 5. Felt like it did what it needed to do.
I like when he makes fun of Drew, so I gave it a 7. I like their little back and forth. And Jacob Fatu popping up was hilarious to me. And unexpected, actually.
And we get Jacob Fatu versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes.
I did have notes for this. I knew what I was reading for.
What?
I said I have notes for all this. I don't know what I was reading before. When I said I didn't have any notes for it, I just had a lot of blank space in between.
Huh. Right on. Jacob is leading at the start there, and he ends up giving a run in the ass attack to the Miz. Then we get a Spanish Fly, then Senton, double up moonsault, and this is awesome chance get going on, and springboard double DDT, which looked pretty cool. And we get the code breaker and a poison Rana. Jacob beautifully misses the running ass attack.
Yes, he does.
And we want table chance start, and we want table's chance to start again. We get an assisted Spanish Fly Swanton. New Bloodline has entered the chat. We get Mighty Moonsault misses, but we get a nothing but net. Jimmy Uso attacks the New Bloodline, and we get the message finish. So, I gave the match a 7.5.
I mean, the pacing was great. The interact very good. I give it 8. I'm right with you on there. Great match, especially after ones we've seen before.
Yeah. Just you got 3 guys that just all really know what they're doing. Which I'm also glad to see Andrade, because he was kind of MIA there for about a month.
Yeah, I didn't know what they did. And with all the firings, I thought they might have,
Yeah, but I love Andrade. He puts on a good fucking match every time. And it was also good to kind of see them pulling off some moves, him and Carmelo, as like a callback to their good match for 7, which that was one of the better feuds, I think, not even like mic-wise, just wrestling-wise last year. Was those two going in a sevens match.
I agree. Keep talking.
Yeah, but then we get a LA Knight interview and talks about punching tickets, and then Aleister Black enters randomly and mumbled something, but I gave it a 5. Um, Jacob Fatu flips out on Solo, tells him he doesn't need Solo's help. Love that. Gave that a 7.
I gave that 7.5. I was waiting for it.
And then we get Cody Rhodes, John Cena promo. I didn't make any notes or anything. They just do some bullshit back and forth.
Yeah.
Not worth talking about, really.
I was like, Logan Paul, why you there? That's what they wrote about.
Yeah.
So.
But that wraps up this episode of SmackDown. Guys, like, share, subscribe. Tune in on Tuesdays and Thursdays for our live streams. And this Tuesday in particular, if these are even out by that point, we got the Machoverse coming on. Talk about Macho Man Randy Savage. And then we got Sting. Laniya's leading the talk about Sting on Thursday. So tune into that. That's going to be great fun. But I hope you guys stay safe. Again, like, share, subscribe.
Peace out. Bye, everyone.
See ya.